In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey everybody, good morning. How's it going? It is going well over here. We have the Natchitoches camera back. I mean, some of you don't know, especially in slower weather. I like running at a full complement of the cameras. Right now we're at 7 out of 9. Shane's in LeCount, the Action Rooter camera, had to get unplugged because we had plugged in the line that was dedicated to his freezer. That could have gotten ugly. So we're working on getting that plugged in. It's just electric. It won't take long. Once the weather starts picking up, we'll do that, or sooner. And then Mickey down in DeRitter, Sugartown, that area, he's getting his back up. Hopefully next week we'll have cow cam, and then we will get that run back up. But we were getting a lot of surges and issues over there, but let's see. A lot of stuff on Facebook about La Nina. Can I explain that? I actually think that, let me check exactly. I think we were going into a neutral phase this year. This is what we do when it's this time of year. Phase 2020-25 winter. Okay, let's see. Okay. No, a brief La Nina is favored in the fall and early winter, transitioning to ENSO neutral. So the impacts here, typically an El Nino is going to be a lot stormier. So neutral, probably just kind of a typical, like this was kind of a typical summer. So hopefully we just kind of continue with that. Now it was atypical in the sense that we didn't see, haven't seen the H word close by. And hopefully that continues. And it looks like it might. So again, Natchitoches looking good right now. I'll tell you what I'm seeing in the long range here in a bit, but I still don't see any major sort of tropical issues or anything like that. Clear skies, dew points are back up, low 70s. We did bottom out around 66, but the moisture has surged back in at the surface, not aloft, so we're not seeing rainfall out there. And yeah, it's going to jump like that. I have to reboot this thing like every week, and I think I got to day 8 or something, and so some of this data is going to be a little choppy. But yeah, Brittany, I don't see this being any sort of out of the ordinary winter in either way, but all it takes is that one event. And if you get, like last year with the crazy snow, I mean, it doesn't matter really what phase it's in. You're never going to predict something like that. So we shall see. But for now, I don't foresee any sort of out of the ordinary in general. I don't see like a big flooding rain continually happening over this winter or something like that. But we'll have some active moments. 76 again, dew points back in the 70s from the 50s. We don't like that. We have an easterly flow coming in, and today it's just kind of a light and variable winds that are going to be a little stronger down south. But we're not going to see anything up this way with the rainfall. 91 degrees, lots of sunshine at 4 p.m., so it's going to be warmer than yesterday. I can't run around with the windows down like I've been doing. And you can see just a general thunderstorm outlook south of I-10. So again, if you're heading down south toward the marshes, toward New Orleans, Houma, Grand Isle, something like that, you might run into a storm. And let's see how much of the data I have here. Looks like we have at least enough through the afternoon to show you that, again, this is going to be down there if you're fishing on the beach, and probably most of you aren't. So we're not going to see much up this way, up north of I-10. We're not going to see anything in this area. Tropics remain quiet. This is the day, traditionally, September 10th, we go, this is the peak. This is the time of the year where this is the date where we have the most storms on average out in the Atlantic Basin. And we not only don't have one, we don't have anything we're watching. So great news there. Still some storms out there, storms across Africa. Again, it's going to look weird as the data is just now coming in, but there's not much to show. So it was a good morning for this to happen. New storms forming out there over the southern Gulf. Nothing. Look at this. Rain, maybe a little south of I-10. Through Tuesday, we keep it dry, so the 7-day forecast is going to look just like this. We have lots of sunshine, maybe a few more clouds Sunday and Monday, but who's counting? Upper 60s at night. That means that the humidity, again, is not going to be as oppressive as what we'll see in June, July, August, typically. So that means we're going to see dew points drop into the 60s because the temperature has to stay above the dew point. So if it's 68 degrees out there, dew point can be 68. It cannot be 69. So that means we are going to be a little less humid with those dew points mixing down to the 60s. It looks like we're going to stay pretty warm through the end of the month or close to it. This goes through September 24th. And while we're still in that dry area here, I do see about 10 to 12 days out, all the ensembles are indicating that we will see at least some sort of moisture returning. in the form of rain. So I'm not just talking like humidity coming back. I think we'll actually see some sort of scattered stuff. A couple of ensemble members still trying to form something over the Gulf. I don't see it happening just yet. I'm not worried. So we're not going to even really concern ourselves with that. But good morning to everyone, and I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you. I'm going to record the 24-hour channel stuff, and then I'll see you a little later. And that's, I believe, not streaming on YouTube right now, but it is on the Roku app. Hoping to add another app to that roster soon, and then we also have that another way it's going to be streaming. Hopefully they've worked out the bugs on this. I'll have all the updates when it happens, and it's just going to be a nice thing. Again, right now, most people aren't going to be watching that, but once the severe weather kicks in, it's going to be good to have that on your big screen and all that stuff, so we want to have you set up and able to watch all that. Oh, we got cars passing on the bridge. That's risky. All right, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.